26-year-old Indian national. He is right now sitting inside the US immigration custody awaiting possible deportation. Well, according to reports, IC officials in Los Angeles arrested Parminder Pal Singh and that too on May 21st over his alleged criminal record in the US. Authorities say that his record includes vehicle theft, in fact, vandalism, trespassing related offenses. Now, understand why stories like this, it immediately becomes more than just one individual case. Every time an Indian national becomes involved in criminal proceeding abroad, online discussions explode globally. Immigration critics use such stories to just justify tougher enforcement. Here, immigrant communities fear rising stereotyping. And governments quietly watching public reactions here, they take the action. In the meantime, federal authorities say that Singh is reportedly being held in an immigration detention facility while deportation proceedings continue here. Officials have not disclosed the details, though, about his original visa status or how he entered the country. But again, this story it also reflects a much bigger shift that is happening inside America right now. Immigration enforcement is becoming tougher. Deportation actions are increasing, and authorities are increasingly prioritizing removal involving the immigrants, and that too with criminal record. In the meantime, India's Ministry of External Affairs has reportedly stated that India supports only legal migration pathway and cooperates with nationality verification when foreign governments seek deportation assistance. Well, tonight, many Indians living abroad, they are watching these cases very nervously because they do understand something very important here. America's immigration system is now entering a far stricter phase under Trump-era enforcement priorities. And yes, while deportation fear rise, another major green card proposal is now creating panic and that too across Silicon Valley itself. Tonight, the US government is backtracking after triggering massive panic among thousands of Indian professionals. Now, earlier, if you remember, USCIS announced a dramatic green card policy shift that could have forced many foreign workers to leave America and complete their permanent residency process through their home country instead of staying inside the US, right? And immediately, chaos erupted. Indian tech workers panicked. Immigration lawyers sounded the alarm. Social media exploded because for Indians already trapped in massive green card backlogs, this felt catastrophic. Can you imagine living legally in America for years, only to suddenly be told that you may need to leave the country entirely to continue your green card process? And then something unexpected happened. In fact, hours later, USCIS appeared to soften its position. Officials introduced two key exemptions: economic benefit and national interest. Now, think very carefully about what this really means. America may still allow certain highly valuable foreign workers to stay and adjust their status inside the US, but only if officials believe that their work benefit the economy or national priorities. That created temporary relief though, but that's not clarity. Because tonight, somebody fully understands how these exemptions will actually be applied. What qualities are national interest? Which industries matters the most? Which workers are protected? That uncertainty, that is itself creating a lot of stress. And this matters specifically for Indians because Indian professionals dominate large part of America's H-1B workforce. Technology, healthcare, engineering, finance. Well, thousands of families depend on adjust of status rule while waiting years or maybe sometimes decades for a green card. Here, immigration experts, they warn that forcing people to leave the US and that too during processing, it could disrupt jobs, family stability, children's education, and visa renewals. And tonight, many Indians are quietly realizing something painful. In America's immigration system, even long-term legal workers, they can suddenly feel unstable overnight.